And we're live. Amazing. Here we go. We're going to share the screen. Hello, everybody. How is it going? We are here to... Hopefully this doesn't have any personal information. No, we're good. We're solid. Hello. How is it going? Today, we're going to be writing the next McDonald's skit. I have never been live on YouTube before. I've been live on TikTok a few times, but that honestly, going live on TikTok kind of sucks. And it's hard to share this stuff. This was super easy to set up, by the way. Whoever designed this on YouTube, the YouTube studio, kudos, because this was super easy. And I've never done it before. So I'm just going to sit here, just going to write a little bit and talk through it. So let me see if I can get this on my phone so I can see the chat while I'm writing. How's everyone doing today? Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day. If you haven't wished your mom a happy Mother's Day yet, you should probably do that. Turn the sound down. There we go. I can see you guys. Perfect. Yeah, I just see you there on my phone. Awesome. So this is the next McDonald's skit. The first one, basically, the way it worked out was I'm working at McDonald's and I have the worst coworker ever named Seth who just can't do anything right. So we're sticking with that. This time I have him. If you've ever worked fast food, you know this happens all the time. You try to teach someone how to do something and you don't get paid more for doing extra work, but for some reason it's your job. And you're basically trying to teach Seth how to use the register and he's just not getting it. So here's what we have so far. I started already. Sorry, I didn't think to do the live until halfway through, but basically it starts off with me just explaining what's going on. So, hey, Seth, now that I've shown you everything on the POS, I'm going to let you take care of this customer's order. And Seth just says, hey, what do you want? Hey, can I get a cheeseburger with just ketchup? Nothing else? So you just want ketchup on the cheeseburger? Yeah. And then Seth just looks over at his coworker like he doesn't understand. And you're like, what? He just wants a cheeseburger. Don't tell me, ring it up. Okay, so 2 cheeseburgers. Seth, he just said a cheeseburger with ketchup. It comes with pickles on it. Do you want pickles? Oh my God. No, I don't want pickles. What about onions? Seth, I'm thinking I'm going to change this last part. I just kind of wrote it really quickly, but I think we'll change this. Sorry, reading chat now. First stream. Apologies, bro. You need to do more DMV stuff. Dude, the DMV is the worst place to go ever. That and the post office, the worst customer service on the planet. I'm sticking by that. You're very funny. Thank you, Jay Person. I appreciate that. Make some more twists. There's gonna be plot twists. Don't worry. Who said Seth is the worst McDonald's employee ever who just gets everything wrong. So if you have any bad make Seth explode. If you have any bad experiences in McDonald's, please share them. I have a whole question in the Discord. You can just leave it there and I'm gonna hopefully if this one goes well, there's gonna be a part 3 and it'll be a whole series. But for now, we're just gonna stick with a part 2. And I like to keep it pretty basic so it's relatable. And then as time goes on, you'll see with the barista videos, if it really picks up, we can do more crazy stuff that's just sort of, fun. It doesn't have to be relatable because it's no longer a standalone video. Thank you. You found my channel through Short Circuit Central. Thank you so much. I'm glad that people enjoyed my content over there. I'm a huge fan of Jaden's, so I'm glad people related. But a lot of you guys found me through that. You're like the 5th person who's commented something like that. That's crazy. There we go. Decaf. McDonald's guy gave you spicy nuggets instead of normal nuggets? Yeah. Make Seth explode. I want it that's the energy we're going for. Seth is just the most infuriating person to work with. Because most of my videos, the customer is the bad guy, but I like in the McDonald's one, you just have that coworker that is just the worst. Um, just the worst. Like I've had those coworkers where I'm the one who has to like now do double work and babysit them, and they get paid as much as I do as like a new hire. It sucks. Um, okay, let's get into this. I'll jump back and forth between chat, but for now, I'm going to take a few minutes to kind of read over this. I think so. I wrote for part 2 that Seth doesn't know how to count because a lot of people commented that they got like 2 cheeseburgers instead of 1, or they would get just like they would order like something with like no mustard, and then they just got like 2 of what they ordered instead of 1 with extra mustard. Like they just got it wrong twice. Like they do it on purpose. So I think Seth is just taking an order and it's like he's not understanding what is being said to his face. He said a cheeseburger with ketchup. Well, it comes with pickles on it. Do you want pickle? No, he said just with ketchup. He said, I think I'm just gonna yell all of that. That's Seth. He goes, what about onion? Seth. Just ketchup. He said just ketchup. So just buns and ketchup. I'm going. I have to say something unhinged here. What should I say? In the last video, I said I'm gonna light the building on fire. Something like that. Something that's just like expresses how frustrated he is. What if I just said you need to explode? Um, um, what should he say? He should yell something like totally unhinged at this point. We're gonna be at least 30 seconds into the video, so it's got to escalate at this point. Seth just should know better. What if so just buns and ketchup? I'm gonna so just ketchup by itself? You're gonna die by yourself. Um so just ketchup by itself, you're gonna die by yourself. Customer looks shocked. It's a cheeseburger. By itself, you're gonna. He said just ketchup, so just ketchup by itself. So it gets cheese, meat, buns. So what goes on that? I gotta say it like it's a cheeseburger. So what goes on that? And Seth is like, pickles? Oh, so infuriating. So angry. You should say no, that's the thing though, like, tell Seth to work at Burger King. Like, Burger King is a finer establishment than McDonald's. Like, they're both equally as bad. Like, even McDonald's employees don't take pride in the fact that they work at McDonald's. Um, like, do your job, but like, the employees don't care. As a Starbucks employee, I was never like, we're better than Dunkin'. Like, there's no. Seth needs to go back to preschool if he doesn't know what a cheeseburger is. Burger King got me sick to my stomach. Yeah, Burger King is gross. McDonald's is gross too. Sorry, but they are. It tastes good, but I feel bad afterwards. There's something there. Is like Seth should go back to preschool. Pickle. Okay. Okay, it says it's a cheeseburger. So what goes on that? And he said pickles. I'm gonna. Another unhinged. Should I just yell? No, I've been yelling this whole time. What if he just hits him? Hits him with the register. Just. Ding. That would be the end of the video, though. It's not long enough yet. It has to be, I think, 2 pages. We can go 2 pages with this. That's where the other one was. Yes, a cheeseburger is called a cheeseburger because it has cheese on it. It's a cheeseburger, Seth. So what goes on that? A cheeseburger. What goes on a cheese? Pickles? I feel like the angrier I get, the stupider Seth gets. Like, it just added pressure to his already stupid. It's like the more you yell at him, the worse he gets. I'm gonna violate the Geneva Convention. I like that. I like that for now. Yeah. See, that's something people are going to just repeat in the comments. That's a good line. If I don't use that in this video, Geneva Convention will pop up again. That's good. The Geneva Convention. And then I think customer tries to make it better. He's like, look, really, it's fine. Really, anything is fine. It's not. Shut up. He just tells him to shut up. Ring up a cheeseburger with ketchup. Cheeseburger's one word, right? Am I crazy? Am I insane? How did Seth even get the job? They don't test you. You know what I mean? They're not like, well, they don't quiz you at the interview. You know what I mean? They're like, you're willing to show up. Well, we need someone. You're hired. He should say, how did you get this job? And he's like, I just walked in one day and they hired me. I think that'd be a good ending, actually. That'd be like, "How did you get this job?" And he's like, "I just walked in one day and they hired me." Because that's so real. That's so true. Has anyone actually worked in fast food before here? I've never worked in fast food, but I've worked at Starbucks, I've worked in restaurants, and it's like that. Like sometimes people just walk in and then they're hired like the next day. Um, Shut up, Seth. Ring up a cheeseburger with ketchup. And then he's like, Seth is. I don't know how to read. I don't know. How did you get hired? I just walked in one day and just one day and asked. No. Cool. And I think that's like a good ending right there. I want to come up here, like polish, probably move some stuff around, but I think it's a good like. There's some good one-liners in there. I'm all about the one-liners. You need to sit down on the timeout chair and cry like a baby. Go back to preschool, Seth. That's good. That's good. You want to read it? Here we go. Okay, Seth, now that I've shown you everything on the POS, I'm going to just let you take this customer's order. He goes, hey, what do you want? Hey, can I get a cheeseburger with just ketchup, nothing else? So you want ketchup? Just ketchup? On the cheeseburger, yeah. I keep misspelling stuff. And then Seth just looks at me clueless. What? He said he wants a cheeseburger. Don't tell me. Ring it up. Okay, so 2 cheeseburgers. Seth, he just said a cheeseburger with ketchup. It comes with pickles on it. Do you want pickle? Oh my God. No pickles. What about onion? He said just ketchup. So just ketchup by itself? You're going to die by yourself. It's a cheeseburger, Seth. So what goes on that? Pickles? I'm going to violate the Geneva Convention. Really, anything is fine. Shut up. Seth, ring up a cheeseburger with ketchup. I don't know how to read. How did you get this job? I just walked in one day and they hired Seth! I feel like this line needs work. A lot of it needs work, but I feel like this line specifically needs work. How I pronounce my first name? Josiah. With an S, not a Z. Josiah. And they picked me at random. I just walked in one day and they picked me at random. That's good. It escalates pretty quickly. I feel like I can cut some stuff at the beginning and then it can kind of ramp up and get more insane. So you just want ketchup. Also, the thing he messes up has to be more consistent, I think. He's like obviously not understanding the order, but I think Seth needs to be like, it has to be something they can just repeat. Like in the last one, there was like no onions, and you kept giving him onions. I feel like the thing he messes up, the specific thing has to just be. So it's like, I think he's just not understanding what cheeseburger with just ketchup means. Yeah, so he's like, so you just want ketchup. And then the customer, like, obviously doesn't quite understand. Customer's like, on the cheeseburger, yeah. And he's like, okay. So, like, he wants, Don't tell me, ring it up. That's pretty good up until there. It goes, okay, so I don't think this line has to change. That's what I mean. Because it's not a matter of like how many cheeseburgers he wants. Um, what can he say here? McDouble. So a Big Mac. Seth. 2 burgers. Has to be something like completely off. Or maybe the response needs to be different. Because he says 2, but yeah, he's not getting it. And he goes, Seth. It's a simple order. Seth, he said just ketchup. So just ketchup by itself. You're gonna die by yourself. How many times does he yell at him? I think the first time he starts to get upset is like, don't tell me, ring it up. Like up until then, he's just been like tolerating Seth being lazy, and then he starts to mess it up. This is the first time he just said cheeseburger with ketchup. This is the first time he repeats himself. We need it to be 3. So it comes with pickles on it. Oh my God, no pickles. He said just ketchup. That's the second time he repeats himself. So the third time has to be the explosion, really. So you're going to die by yourself. Okay, music has to start. This is where it starts to get intense. Intense music starts to rise. And it's a cheeseburger, Seth. So what goes on that? Pickles? I'm going to the Geneva Convention. I love this line, but I don't think this is the place for it. He just yells cheese. Oh, it's in the name. Shut up, Seth. Bring up a cheeseburger with ketchup. How does he say it in the other ones? Just ketchup? He says with ketchup. And he says he said just ketchup. The word here is ketchup. That's the punchline. That's what we have to keep repeating is ketchup. Yeah. Ending needs work. I like it. Lots of good one-liners. It just needs some tweaking, you know? But that's pretty much the system. When something works, you got to repeat it. So let's go over here. I am writing a script. The sky is blue. Sorry, just not catching up on the chat, guys. Awesome script though. Thank you. It's pretty easy when you're writing a part 2 because you already know what worked before. You know what people like, so you know what to do. Basically just swapping out what Seth messes up, rewriting all of the punchlines. But the formula is already there, so that's pretty easy. What program am I using? This is a free program called Celtics, Celtx. I use it to write all of my scripts. The only thing it doesn't do is you can't color code the different um the different lines, right? So it's all in black and white, which I wish I could make different characters different colors. Um, but this is industry standard for like if you work in film and TV, if you ever get cast in a movie or something, this is how the scripts are formatted. Like you have action lines, you have the person's name, and you have their line, and it's all kind of very concise. So that's what I'm used to. That's what I write on. You want 3 packets of ketchup. Let me get this straight. You want 3? Yeah, Seth has got to say some other crazy stuff. Responded to a random statement like my dog died yesterday. What? Funny enough, I have an idea for a skit that I might write later today, or I'll try to see if it works. But basically, it's how people say like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for your loss." If somebody misinterpreted that as like, "I apologize," and so it starts off with a guy crying, and he's like, "My dog died," and then his friend goes, "I'm so sorry," and then he just looks at his friend like, "It was you?" Um. And it just, as of course, then like a third person comes in. He's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "His dog died." "Oh, I'm so sorry." And then it's like, all this kind of like who's on first kind of confusion. But like, dead dog intensity, and then it probably ends with one of his friends actually did kill his dog. As like a fun twist, but we'll see. We'll see if that actually works out. Sometimes I have an idea in my head and then I write it out, and it just does not work. What does it have to do with our current cheeseburger issue? Sorry about your dog, though. So imagine how funny it will sound. Like, so you want ketchup by itself? Like, no, obviously not. Like, you're gonna die by yourself. I think that's a good response. I'm proud of that. That'll make the cut. Looks finished to you if you're honest. Yeah, it's pretty much there. This was a fast one. This one, like, I'm going to go in. I know. At least I'm gonna work on it more today. Try to think of how to make certain things funnier. If I can make the first line a joke, that's usually a win. Like, if I can just right now, the first line is just setting everything up. We know Seth just learned the POS and he's going to take this customer's order, right? We know that. We want to get to the joke as quickly as possible. So, like, the fourth line here is the joke. I'd like there to be something funny about the first line. If I can do that, that's usually something that I try to look over and see if I can make lines that aren't already funny a little bit funny. Usually helps with duration, and it just kind of sets the tone. But yeah, I'll do that. I'll go over the rest of it. Probably move some things around. I'll see if I can get that Geneva Convention line in there because I love that. It just didn't fit where it was. It was a little too heady for it being that late in the script. He's probably just full of rage. I'm also not necessarily crazy about this was funny when I first said it, so maybe I'll keep that, but I don't know how to read. And then also, I think he needs to say something a little more unhinged here. Instead of like, I just walked in one day and they picked me at random. That's very real, but I think he needs to say something that like infuriates me a little bit more to make that joke land. It can be something completely unhinged. I don't really care what it is, but I got to change that too, I think. I was chosen, put my name into the pot too many times. Final Draft is the program that's used by the film industry, but it's the same format. I mean, like if you type this in, I use Celtics, which is basically just the free version of Final Draft, but it looks like this. It's the same font. It's the same. You have the scene heading. You have the action lines, right? And you can even see here. And then you have the character name. Then you have the dialogue that they say. there's like, I don't know how many different, there's 8 different areas that you can type in. So, but yeah, Final Draft is the program that's mostly used, but this is the free version. Celtics, CELTX. I'm going to type it in the chat. They have a paid version, but I've been using it for like since I started like college. It's like 7, 8 years ago almost. And it's free. Like, don't get the paid version. The free version does everything you need. I found a resume laying around and it was your resume. So Seth got hired because he just like found a resume. I don't know. It's got to be something stupid, but also relatable because people, I don't know, people get hired all the time. Like, just like, you don't call the reference, you don't do any, like they just need workers. So they'll hire anyone if they need someone. Whoever happens to apply just gets the job. But yeah, that's pretty much the system. I'm going to end this live. This has been fun. This has been cool. This is mostly just me trying to see if I can go live. So thanks for hanging out. I'm going to share one more thing, actually. Let's see. This right here is, if you go to this channel, some of you already know it. Some of you found me through this, but Short Circuit Central right here is reposting creator stuff and tagging them if you submit it. So I've submitted some of my videos to them, and some of you have found me through it. So if you could just go over here and just watch the last video
Large hot
and just watch it all the way through, give it a like, I would appreciate that a lot. I think that'll help with reach. But aside from that, I'll be here working. I usually post Thursdays or Wednesdays and Sundays, so like twice a week. And you'll see this video in the next week or so. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for saying hey. Thanks for all the line suggestions. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video in the comments. So, yep. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. Bye, guys.